Hi guys, it's your girl Tamkin Spice, and I am back with another video about tools and tech for body and beauty. And today's gonna be fun because I'm gonna do an experiment. The experiment that I'm going to be doing is regarding Plenity. So I know some of you have already seen a couple of videos that I already have about Plenity, which is a weight loss tool that actually is a mixture of citric acid and cellulose. Pardon my dogs, they're French bulldogs. So what was I saying? Plenity. Plenity is a weight loss tool that has been developed by the company Genesis, and it is just a combination of citric acid and cellulose. And what happens is you take 3 pills before each meal, about 20 minutes before each meal. You take it with 16 ounces of water and you let it kind of sit for a while, and then you go ahead and you eat. Basically, Plenity is supposed to take up a little bit more space in your stomach so that you don't eat as much food, I guess. So what we're gonna be doing today is an experiment. We're going to be dissolving Plenity in 3 different types of water. I have 16 ounces is how much water you're supposed to be drinking, right? So I've measured out 16 ounces of ice water, 16 ounces of room temperature water, and no water, just kidding. 16 ounces of hot water. And obviously you're not gonna be chugging hot water with your Plenity, but you may be having Plenity with some tea, you know? Like, you don't have to chug it, you can just sip on it. And if you're anything like me, you love a scalding drink. So let's just see what happens, right? So I've got a brand new box of Plenity here that I'm gonna open with you guys. Pop it open. Oops. I definitely don't wanna spill scalding hot water. But Plenity always comes with a really cute card. And when you open it, it has an information booklet, and it has like just a little bit of prescription information. But normally it says you got this, Plenity can help, and it like doesn't say that here, and I'm kind of disappointed. Maybe because it's not my first time signing up. But anyways, Plenity comes in these cute bottles. There's 4 bottles in a box, 1 for each week, and we're gonna be using one of these to do an experiment. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop 1 pod for each of these different glasses of water. So we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna time everything, okay? Because you're supposed to be taking your Plenity and waiting 20 minutes. So we're gonna wait the full 20 minutes and see what happens. 20 minutes in ice water. I know there's a lot of you who love to drink ice water. My sisters, I have 3 sisters, but 2 of them love ice water. So let's see if Plenity really works. I mean, I've never done this. I've seen a couple of you guys do it on YouTube, and I really enjoyed it. But I've always wanted to see what like actually happens. Room temperature and some tea. All right. So I'm just gonna kind of jiggle each of these around just to make sure that, you know, they're in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ignore my dog for snoring so goddamn loud, but you know what? That's what you get when you have a French bulldog or an English bulldog. They make noise when they breathe. So you just gotta live with it. So here we go. Let's just hang out for 20 minutes and see what happens. You know what's interesting is if you can see the hot water. Ooh, I'll put them a little bit closer to each other so we can see. So we got ice water, room temperature water, and hot water, 16 ounces of each. All of them have Plenity in it. I don't know if you can kind of see, but the hot water, the capsules have already opened. This is like immediate. It started like right away. So let's do this. I don't know how to do a little stopwatch, so I'm just gonna start a workout. And we're gonna start my little workout we're gonna do it for 20 minutes. And let's just see what happens at the end of this, okay guys? just gonna do a quick stir. Just stir these guys up a little bit. Because when it's in your stomach, you would assume that your stomach muscle continues to move your food around. So I'm just gonna give it a quick stir. Wow, there's a little bit of these little ball things. They're like pearls. Do the same thing for here. The capsule seems to be a little bit sticky, but you can kind of see how it's kind of melting a little bit with the room temperature water. Obviously, since it's in your stomach, it would be a little warmer in your stomach, but you can kind of see that they're a little bit softer. They're definitely squishier. You can squish them. So, all right. And then of course, let's look at the ice water. And we are only about 4 minutes, maybe almost 5 minutes in. And the ice water has less progress, but you can see that there's still a little bit of the capsule starting to melt, even if it's ice water. So let's continue to wait and see what happens. All right, we are at the 10-minute mark, right about 10 minutes. So let's give it another stir. This is very thick. Look at that. So the one with the hot water seems to be very, very thick. It was a little bit thicker at the bottom, but you can kind of see what I mean, right? Okay, let's look at the room temperature. Give it a quick stir. Let's see how these capsules are doing. Let me see if I press them a little bit. Oh, look at this part right here. I just noticed that. It was from maybe from this side, I'm not sure. But if I'm looking at these capsules, pick them up. Oh my gosh. Don't worry, I'm not gonna be drinking this. But if I grab one and I squeeze them around, I can actually squeeze and feel the inside. Let me see if I can. They're kind of like a little sausage. They feel like a little bit of, oh, I broke one, uh-oh. All right, let's just go ahead and put that back in there. Let me clean my fingers in there. But as you can see, I broke it. I accidentally broke it. I helped it out a little bit, but I'm assuming that your stomach will be moving it around as well. So I broke through the capsules here. So let's see what happens there. I'll leave this one right here where you guys can see it. And then let's give this one a stir as well. The ice water ones look very similar to the room temperature ones, actually. So that's our 10-minute update. So let's come back at 20 minutes. I just wanted to point out that you can actually see the little pearls being released from the gel capsule. And they actually look like tiny little balls, just like we thought it would. I figured this would be a better view for you guys to actually see what's going on as those pearls are being released in the center room temperature water. I guess we'll continue to watch this and maybe speed it up a little bit, and I'll see you when 20 minutes are over. We are just about done. We're at the 18-minute mark, and I just wanted to give everything a stir, and then at 20 minutes we can wrap up the video. So let's just see what's going on here. You can kind of see. It's a little slimy. So it's not really like a gel like they advertise. It's more like a slime. I'd really like to feel the texture and see what's going on here. Oh yeah, it feels like a serum. It definitely feels like a serum that you would put on your face. I really wish I had a napkin right now. Ew. Okay, hopefully that didn't get on the camera. All right, let's give this guy a quick stir, yeah? Room temperature coming along strong. We're over 19 minutes now, and then ice water. Let's give it a quick stir as well. Let's wait just one more minute and then we'll wrap up the video. All right, guys, the full 20 minutes, oops, you can't see it. The full 20 minutes are over now. And let's assess what these results mean for us. So first, obviously you guys were able to get a really good look at what was actually going on. But first, let's talk about this hot water. This is the elephant in the room. This is definitely like, you notice that texture, it's very slimy. I learned something today. Plenity, I always thought, was gonna go in your stomach and create a gel. And when I think of a gel, I actually think of a jelly when I was thinking of a gel. But what Plenity actually does is it goes in your stomach and it creates like a serum kind of consistency. It's more syrupy and it's more like a slime that it creates. So it's a little bit different. I thought it was gonna be more like mushed up Jell-O, where it's actually a solid. So I learned today that Plenity doesn't really become quite as solid as I thought it would. What I also learned is obviously temperature really speeds up the process of getting the Plenity, gel capsule to open up and have that gel mixed with the water in your stomach. I do believe, a body temperature is somewhere in between these two. I don't think room temperature is as close to body temperature, but because this glass at room temperature was a little bit closer to the hot glass, it's probably a little bit above room temperature here. This room right now is about 75 degrees Fahrenheit for your reference. The ice water, on the other hand, as you can see, the gel capsules did not even open. And obviously, if you drink ice water with your Plenity, your ice water is still gonna warm up in your body. It'll probably become more like the room temperature water, which at 20 minutes, it did open up. So a little bit warmer than that, I think you'd be just fine. It's okay. If you like ice water, drink ice water. If your body's really, really warm anyways, it's gonna heat up that ice water in a jiffy. So this is really, really interesting. And also to be able to see the pearls of Plenity coming out. I didn't really imagine that they would come out in little balls of like snowflakes. And here you can really see they're collecting at the bottom. And here in the hot water, they have completely turned into a slime. So I want to stick my hand in some of this stuff and and let's find out what it feels like. Obviously the ice water capsule, it's like a saggy little capsule. I'm sure I could just pull this capsule open and rip it open. Look at this capsule, it's like stretchy. So I can pull it open, rip it open, and then the ice water, you know, let it do its thing. The medium temperature water, I think this is what I've seen in a couple of other YouTube channels where the pearls kind of like coagulate at the bottom, but I do want to feel these a little bit. So check this out. Do you see this? This is what I thought Plenity would be more like these little kind of crushed up pieces of Jello. That's exactly what I thought Plenity would be like. If you can kind of see, zoom in and see on my finger. So if I could just okay, maybe I won't reach in, that's kind of nice. Let me just go ahead and scoop some of this out. This is not working out for me, guys, but you get what I mean. It's a hard piece of Jello in a water. That's what I thought Plenity would be like. And if that is what it's like, you see it's only this much of it. I thought the whole thing would be like it. And obviously your body is really warm on the inside. So when Plenity dissolves all the way, it's like, it's just like a slime. It's totally like a slime. And I really want to get in there and see if I can get some of the slime. I'm gonna blow on it a little bit because I don't want to burn myself, but well, it's not that hot. But yeah, it's definitely like, I feel, oh, kind of like a boogery texture. So yeah, it's like a boogery texture. And it like kind of just spreads really, really thin when you touch it. So that's what happens, I guess, once it becomes closer to body temperature. This slime is what's going on. So I think we had a really fun experiment, guys. I just wanted to see what Plenity actually does and rip up some pills and see what's inside. I think it doesn't matter what temperature water you drink, because at the end of the day, your body temperature is gonna be more like this, and you're gonna be digesting at a really, really high temperature. So I hope this was really fun for you guys. I wish I had a tissue. If you're interested in learning about me and my experience with Plenity, I've got 2 videos, one about my first 5 months and one at my 8-month period when I actually decided to get off Plenity. I did have some great results, and so did my friends and family. So check out those videos if you want a little bit more of an experience video versus an experiment video. Until next time, guys, I hope you like this video, and I hope you like and subscribe and you come back for more. And I'll see you next time. Bye.